Hey people, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. This is Ian here, coming at you for a quick synopsis review of Shazam. This one just hit theaters. You've come to the right place if you want a quick rundown of what this is all about without spoilers. However, if you want our full expanded thoughts on this film with spoilers, you're going to be able to find that somewhere down in the description below. But let's not waste time, let's get right into this. So, Shazam follows the story of Billy Batson and effectively his coming of age, just in a coming of superhero age style story. This is a story of a kid who has had a really shaky upbringing and abandonment issues that he's run into from his own parents. Through a sharp twist of fate, though, Billy finds himself on the receiving end of the awesome inheritance of the powers of Shazam. Now, as cliche as that might sound, kid runs across powers and whatnot, it's actually done in a really fun style here. A cool thing about this film is that it knows what it is and it has a lot of fun with that. I feel it doesn't waste a whole lot of time trying to be over the top with a super serious, dark action film, or to sort of try to summon and channel the Chris Nolan-esque vibe that the Dark Knight series did and some of the late Superman films with Henry Cavill did. And in the same hand, the comedy element doesn't go overboard to the point where it's just slapstick or just too much. It actually toes the line really well, and I think this is where the writing shines through really well. This movie benefits from a strong script, I think safely billed as a superhero comedy slash action comedy, and the moments are delivered well. It's lighthearted when it needs to be lighthearted. In the same hand, there's some pretty, maybe some hefty themes here as well, not just in terms of what it deals with family and everything, but even from the main villain as well. Mark Strong makes his appearance as the main villain for this movie, who has actually a pretty sensible set of motivations himself. And while we don't necessarily get into all of the background behind everything, and behind each hero, behind each villain, and all the whys, I think just the reasons enough that we need for these different forces to come in conflict come into play really well here. Speaking frankly, this really feels like the breath of fresh air DC needs, riding off the momentum of Aquaman, and with Wonder Woman and more around the corner. I couldn't think of a better time for Warner Brothers / DC to really hit that stride and to stay with it. So I'm not calling it early, saying that they have found their movie magic gold, absolute, but this continues the upward trend I think we've had since Wonder Woman, and I am cheering for that because you guys, if any of you have listened to this channel, look, I want DC to succeed. I want them to do really well. Coming in with a budget approaching the 100 million zone, that definitely tells me that Warner Brothers wanted to give this a fair shake and to take a fair crack at this world. I think the benefit for us as an audience is we get a really just straight up movie here. In fact, one that you could definitely bring the family out to, that I think balances right parts coming of age, right parts comedy, right parts action, with actually a surprisingly well done overarching message about the strength of family bonds and unity even outside of bloodlines. The score itself didn't do anything particular for me, but it fit. It wasn't awkward, it didn't interfere with the film. I think it swelled where it needed to, it backed off where it needed to, and you had the reprisals where it needed. So nothing out of the ordinary, but again, nothing under par either. Also gotta say, the screenplay here is a lot of fun, from the way Shazam stumbles into powers to the chemistry you have between the whole crew here. I think especially with Zach Levy and his delivery as truly the man-child. Bear in mind, if you're planning to get out to see this one, there are 2 post-credit cutscenes, very much Marvel style. I'm kind of giving the side eye to that. You got one immediately after the first credits, and then following the long credits, there is another. So if you want to stay for both of those, let it be known that is there. Over in our main review, it was Isaac and I this time. Isaac gave this one an 8 out of 10. I also gave this an 8 out of 10, right in sync. Had a lot of fun with it. If you're looking for a superhero flick this weekend, sort of out of the bend of Marvel and the stuff you've been seeing, let's face it, we're about to get really serious with the next part to Infinity War. This could be your ticket, and just a fun general ride to bring family, maybe some friends out to. Of course, as always, we would love to hear from you guys. Drop any comments below that you might have. Of course, a like goes a really long way in helping us continue to do what we do if you dig what you're hearing. Also, subscribe helps even more. Again, don't forget to pop over into our full extended review if you want to hear everything we have to say about this film. That's going to do it for me, though, so I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. Take it easy. We'll see you again soon.